WNJC 1360 AM, Washington Township, Philadelphia. Philadelphia's Renaissance radio station, broadcasting online at WNJC1360.com, a service of Forsyth Broadcasting.
Okay, everyone, it's time to put on your listening ears, thinking caps, and laughing shoes. It's time for the Doc and Amy Show, with your sweethearts of the airwaves, who agree to disagree, sometimes. Take it away, Doc and Amy.
You feel blame?
No.
Feel remedy?
Oh, yeah.
Are you mad? Do you feel like Woods Bob Replenish? Get Fred.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What kind of crap? You're a dick.
Alrighty then.
You know what? I just can't get enough of that. Not that I'm a big fan of Charles Manson, but why
not?
My friend Jeff Brown, who's a genius at editing and coming up with marvelous audio.
You have a friend?
Stop it. Anyway, I was, digressing there, but I thank him for that. That's called Chatting with Charlie. And, yes. So, welcome to the Doc and Amy Show. Now that we chatter our way on board.
Welcome.
Hey, welcome.
Welcome.
Oh, God. With us is Amy. Say hello, darling.
Hello, darling.
And Silent John on the board over there. Hello, John. How you doing?
Doing good?
Excellent.
Doing well. Actually, that's improper grammar. I'm so tired.
I told you next week, Doc Show. It's just going to be the Doc Show.
I'm getting kicked off my own show.
Well,
here's my question: could you still call it the Doc and Amy Show? Would you still call it the Doc and Amy Show?
Absolutely.
If it were just you?
It doesn't matter who's sitting there. I can call him Amy.
Oh, okay.
Slap. Okay.
Thanks. That makes me feel very special.
Well,
it's very sweet.
Yeah, I know, but you've been picking on me, so
I really have been. Here. I'll make it up to you.
Love you.
Play that again.
Love you.
Oh yes.
I love you.
See, I made it up. I made it better.
Yes, that's so digitally amorous. Thank you very much. Anyway,
so romantic.
Okay, everybody shut up. This is the Doc and Amy Show, and we welcome you to call us at 856-227-1360. It sounds as though there is an extreme deluge outside.
Oh my gosh, because we have headphones on.
Uh-huh.
Now yours.
I know we do. I'm looking straight at you.
No, I'm talking to the people out in
both of you
listening land. Now your headphones are askew. Did you want it like that, or it's not over your ear? But whatever.
They have to have a skew, or they can't ring them up.
Oh gosh, that was bad.
I know.
But my headphones are completely on my ears, and you can hear it's pouring. Like it's pouring. Like pouring.
Absolutely diluvian.
Diluvium. That's bothering me that your headphones are askew.
Why?
I don't know. Is anybody else out there OCD? Please tell me you are. It's just bothering me. Like it's all. Is that comfortable like that, or
it's as good as it gets?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's fine.
It's okay, John. My ex had a similar disorder. It was the abusive repulsive disorder.
Abusive repulsive disorder.
So anyway,
give me some time.
You have an hour, and then we'll determine.
Good with letters.
We'll determine what next week's show is going to look like. So anyway, as I was trying to say, you can call us at 227-1360, and you can also follow us on the World Wide Web if you're in the world, and that is www.thedocandamyshow.com. We have a variety of things up there. We have archived shows, most of them. And
we like busting people's chops.
And we also have contests from time to time. Our last caption contest was won by a gentleman named Robert from Philadelphia. Congratulations to him. And what we do with our contests, we've had a couple so far, we send our winner to dinner. So we'll be doing that as well. So thank you, Robert.
If we sent them to dinner with us, we might get off without having to really give them anything, because they'd probably opt out of that. We could save ourselves some cash. Don't you think? What if we cooked them dinner? If I cooked them dinner.
You are such a cheapskate.
I am a little bit. Okay. Won't be quite the same, huh?
I don't know.
I make a mean tuna casserole.
You do not. You've never made a tuna casserole.
That's gross. I don't like. I know my mom ate it when I was a kid one time, And this now, let me just say this. This is going to sound really stupid. So I just want to forewarn you and everyone who's listening. But she made a tuna casserole, and the hot tuna was nasty. However, one of my favorite things in the world to eat is like a tuna steak. Although I prefer my tuna raw, but I enjoy a cooked tuna steak. But the hot tuna, like, I don't know if you agree with this, but doesn't like the tuna in a can taste really different than a tuna steak? It's just fishier in a can or something. It was hot and it just smelled like.
So you like yours uncanny? Day old
like garbage rot or something. It was we didn't even eat it. Like, she didn't even make us eat it. It was gross.
Well, I know that I'm hungry now, boy. I'm absolutely salivating at this moment, as I'm sure everyone out there who's listening, both of them, probably are.
Boy, how do we get to that topic now? I forget. How do we get to
I don't know. I haven't finished a complete thought since we started.
I'm trying to keep you on your toes there.
Well, I know, but I'm completely used to it. We've been together 5 wonderful long years. Yes. And I'm having my lawyers appeal that. But,
okay. There we go.
Anyway,
you're so sweet.
I know that. Well, maybe if you keep treating me like this, I'll take my leave in this fashion.
You will.
Right here. It's just like cartoons. No. Yes. Oh. God, I'm under fire. What is this, Beirut? Come on, that's enough.
Oh, you got me started.
John, just whatever you can flip or turn over there, please. Help me out. Yeah. What are you doing? Oh, God. Well, this was going to be...
It's called having fun. F-U...
Yes, but we want to have... we want to include everyone out there in the fun. So, unhand the mouse, okay? Thank you very much.
Fine.
While we're on this role of yours, I know that you always compile things for the show from the world of news and so forth. If you want to lead into that, maybe we can get that out of the way. And
here we go.
Okay.
And today on the news...
What a letdown, isn't it? Welcome to the WNHC News Desk. I'm Amy, and this is our news. Okay, now.
Now we have the news. So...
Stuff that just happened. Listen up.
Yeah. So we talked a little bit about this last week. Mm-hmm. Kim Kardashian and Kanye West had their baby girl, but they were being very secretive about the baby's name. Now, everyone's like, oh, they want their privacy and blah, 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 blah. Their piracy. Yeah, my niece Cameron says piracy instead of privacy. But anyway.
Here we go with it. This is a 1 hour unbroken chain of incomplete thoughts.
But anyway.
ADD News Hour.
So they didn't release the baby's name.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we all know, we and you and I know that they didn't do that to create suspense, so everyone would continue to talk about it.
Well, of course.
You know what I mean? So whatever. But apparently they did name her Northwest. I was pretty disappointed because, as you know, back around March, I anticipated and
right on the show, live on the air.
Live on the show. That they would name her Shallow, and she would be Shallowest.
Right.
And that was going to be after her mother, Kim's mother, Kris Kardashian, who's now Kris Jenner. But they didn't. I was really disappointed. I was hoping they name her Shallowest. But apparently they're going to call her Nori.
Okay.
Like the seaweed nori, that when I make sushi at home.
The
nori. Yeah, and then they're saying that Kim wants to have another baby right away.
And they're going to name that one Kelp.
They're going to name him Kelp. Yeah, Kelp West. Or how about Edamame West?
Krill.
Krill West. We'll go with the K theme.
The heck with the whale. Save the krill. I don't know. This. I had high expectations for the show, John. I came here with, every intention of doing a banner broadcast, and I don't know what happened in the interim.
I happened.
Yes, and well, if you're willing to take the blame, sweetheart, I'm willing to help you in that. In any way
I'm
I
good
can.
like that.
So the Wests have a new offspring. They have bred successfully one more occupant in the world's one carbon dioxide unit, and they're
One carbon
Nori
dioxide.
is what they came up
You're
with.
so like sweet and romantic and sentimental about babies. A carbon dioxide unit.
I've seen several of them as soon as they make their entrance into the world, and they're the ugliest thing on the
Mine
planet.
were gorgeous.
Right.
Well, their heads weren't squashed because they were so little. You know how babies' heads are all like deformed?
Yes.
They were not. They were actually round. They weren't pointy or smushed, and they were perfect.
I have like 50 comments right now. I can't possibly make and stay alive, much less on the air. Okay, well, that notwithstanding, brand new babies, neonates, are the ugliest thing on the planet. They look like they look like an iguana holding its breath or something. I don't know.
Unless they're yours, and then they're perfect. And
No, my kids were ugly too.
They were?
Oh, absolutely.
Mine were.
Oh, yes, yes.
Mine were
yes.
special.
And
not that kind of special.
Oh, it was like I'm standing there, and you know, I'm seeing them for the first time, and of course, Mom is there where she can't see. She says, "Please, tell me they're beautiful." I said, "I can't help you." They were horrendous.
That's when you lie.
Well, they grew out of it. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, they had good APGAR scores, and they came around
They
in a
had
couple of
good
minutes.
APGAR scores. You put it on your resume. I scored blank on the SAT,
And my
10
APGAR
on the
was 10.
APGAR.
And the ASVAB was a. That's your first test.
That'll be the new thing.
That's your first test. Yeah, to get
Yeah.
into private school. What
The
was your
APGAR.
Yeah.
Pickup line. What was your APGAR score? Hot stuff.
I had perfect color on the first minute of the test. Whatever.
Oh my God.
So anyway, so we want to welcome baby Nori into the world, and God help you, you have nothing but anguish and pain ahead of you. And taxes, lots of taxes.
Oh my God, that's so wrong.
So what else do you have over there?
Well, I came across this article, and why are you laughing?
Because I'm thinking. Go
Oh,
ahead.
okay. Oh, no.
I'm not speaking. That's one of my salvations.
So this is a list. The author determined this list of things you should splurge on. You see all the time, like ways to save money, things you should
things
cut
you shouldn't
back
buy.
on,
Yeah, okay. This
and
is the
things you
opposite.
should splurge on.
Okay, I'm listening.
Some of these make sense. Some of them are debatable. Some of them are ridiculous.
Okay,
so the first one,
everyone pay attention. These are things that you should go out after 6 p.m. when our show's over and splurge on. Okay, so here we go.
So the first one is this Aeron chair, and it's spelled Aeron. Aeron. I assume that's how you're supposed to say it. And apparently, it's
Aeron
this.
chair, yes.
It looks like this mesh ergonomic chair in which I guess it has like indentations at the bottom for your butt cheeks. So it doesn't
It's a chair. I would
curve
assume
your
that's what
spine.
it's for.
But so I'm thinking like is this chair now when you hear the rest of the things on the list, they're very generic. So I'm wondering, is this person the sponsor of this list? I just thought that was interesting.
We're talking about the must-have butt cheek chair.
The butt cheek chair.
The Aeron chair, I think, and I've heard the advertisements
Okay.
for it on NPR because
Okay.
I always
Because you're
listen
so
to-
liberal. Yes.
I always listen to NPR.
NPR.
No, it's the Herman Miller Aeron chair.
Yes, it is.
In the new black.
The new black.
The new black, yes.
Yes.
The old black wasn't good enough. The absence of the spectrum. Now they've got a new black. I don't know how they did it, but it's a new black and it's butt cheek compatible. So it's the perfect
there
chair.
We go. So that was number one. So I've never sat in this chair. I don't know if it's worth $679, but
And my question, and I don't want to be indelicate here, but not everyone has butt cheeks of the same dimension.
I don't know if it stretches like for the butt cheek
It would have
size.
to in America.
You know,
Yeah.
like I don't know how it works or
It's the
why
Big
it works,
Mac
but
Air-on chair.
it just seems like a lot of money for a chair. So anyway, number
How-
two.
wait, how much? We didn't mention.
I saw it was $679.
Okay, that's scratch that
a
from
lot
the
of
list.
money.
Here's your pen.
Yeah.
There you
So that was a lot of money.
$600.
Yeah. So the next one was bed linens, and the argument was that you're in bed 8 hours a day.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, I know. I wish we were.
I wish we were too.
So, spent a lot of money on that. Okay, maybe I can see where they
Egyptian
say that.
cotton, I'm guessing, or something.
That's not even that big of a deal anymore. Everything's
that's
Egyptian
faux pas,
cotton,
yeah.
Next thing is cosmetics, because their point is, well, it's supposed to make you look good, so you might as well spend more money. But although we all know that's just because it costs more doesn't mean it works better.
But that's
So-
only for women. This should be this list is all
No,
of a
there are
sudden.
men who wear cosmetics.
Yeah, but we can't call them as we see them, or we'd get sued.
Yeah, okay. The next was razors, which, I do have to
everybody
agree
uses
with
it.
that.
Yeah.
Because I'm very delicate skin.
delicate
It's very delicate.
I have. You could make boots out of my skin.
I just felt
You
like
have
doing
chicken
that.
skin. What are
Yeah,
you doing over there?
I just felt like roostering.
Crowing. Yeah, it's crowing about something.
Yeah.
That's what she's crowing about.
So that I can see, because the multiple
Is her volume still up?
bladed
did
razors.
we solve
are
that problem
better.
yet?
Just shush now.
Okay.
The next is tattoos. Duh. Hello.
Wait. You just breezed past
I
razors.
thought you were bored with the whole razor conversation, so I moved on.
I did. You threw me with the chicken.
okay.
So how much are we supposed to be spending on razors? I think we should look
Well,
at this
I
list and see
think the
what's
point was
suggested.
to get the better razors. Like, don't get the single or double blade. Get like the triple or quadruple or quintuple or whatever.
What's next? You're going to shave with tiny
Dodecahedron
Venetian
blade.
blinds?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, they got a motorized
But I do kind of
five-blade
agree
razor.
with that a little bit. So, the next was tattoos, which of
Okay.
course you don't want to go to a cheap tattoo joint because that could
no.
be nothing but trouble.
No, you want some. If somebody's going to draw on your skin, you want the guy with its.
Especially if
charges
you're going to
the
get
most.
like a tattoo on your eyeball or something like that, you really want to get the best
Are
quality.
you like out of your mind?
Then
Do
we
the
have
sclera right here.
yeah. Then we have major home improvements, of course. Obviously,
Okay, slow down. Wait a minute. So they're suggesting these things you should splurge on. Do they have any suggestions on the
No.
type of tattoo?
No.
The price of the tattoo?
No.
Where you should go for the tattoo?
No.
So this is the most incomplete,
it is incomplete.
comprehensive list.
But I'm
that-
getting to the clincher, which I think is going to cause.
I'm
some
clinched
debate
already.
at the back. Major home improvement, which I think we'll all agree
Okay,
that
now
you
we're
should
talking. Yeah.
you should get
You should-
quality.
You should not cut too many corners
Right.
on that. Right.
New multiplayer video games. That's a good splurge. What? Hello. So apparently this guy's like 24 years old and lives in his mom's basement.
I guess. Well, see,
And-
I'm really dubious about this list and the origin of this list, because it's it's a little bit weird. I mean, cosmetics. Okay, now we don't even know if this is a male or female
I'm
concocting this
thinking
list.
it's a female probably. So the video game thing, whatever, and then movies at the theater.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, there are some movies though, and I'll say this to you, like
you want butter on that popcorn? I'm splurging.
you bring your own butter.
Give me some goobers.
BYOB.
Money's
bring your
no
own
object.
butter.
Spared no expense.
There's some movies that you just want to see at the theater. It's more of an experience when you see it on a big screen with the good sound and things like that. I understand that to a point
Yeah.
too.
Xena, Warrior Princess, and 3 Double D.
That's
whatever.
great.
I don't know.
Oh wow.
Stop me.
Okay, now. The last one, which I know you
Which is
agree
what
with
we've all
on,
been holding
we've
our
all
breath
been
to hear
holding our
about.
breath
Yes,
for, and it's gonna be a
past the
little
tattoos and the
disappointing.
makeup and the razors and what about a plane or something?
Well, this
a
is
new
things
car.
that people actually have money to buy that they should spend their disposable income on.
So they should get a
On
tattoo.
which they should spend.
They should get a tattoo. They should dump the
they're not
Avon and
saying
get the
that.
Revlon.
They're not saying that. They're saying if you buy these items, don't go cheap on them. That's all they're saying. They're not saying everybody should go out and buy.
Oh,
these
okay. Well, you
items.
set it up like it was some sort of cosmetic bucket list. Or
No,
something.
it isn't.
Okay, all right. Now
So
we're
the last
now we're getting
one-
somewhere, John.
The last one is toilet paper.
It should be.
Yeah, that is ridiculous to me. I mean, think about what you're doing with
It's
that
the
and where it
intended-
goes when you're done. Why would you spend a
Let's
lot
all
of money
think
on
about
that?
that. We're going to give you a moment.
Close your eyes
As everyone, a moment of silence to
and
think
just
about.
and just think.
Sit on your
about-
white cloud and
Yes.
I've always said this.
I mean, think about what you're doing with that. Why would you spend a lot of money on it?
I mean, does a bear shop in the woods? Oh, God.
I mean, does a bear shop in the woods?
It only takes her a few seconds, folks. We just have to. We don't have the 6-second delay except for Amy.
I'm just glad I repeated it properly. So anyway, I just thought it's just funny. Like, you read some of these articles on, Yahoo or MSN or whatever the news aggregator sites are. They're so. It's like, who is writing these things? I want the job doing that.
Right, but it would be all, splurge on these things, but use this coupon.
Yeah, it would be for me.
That would be for you, yes.
Shop for sales or whatever. So,
well, I like tools.
You do?
I want to, when I go out tool shopping, I would like to be able to get, the upper end, the higher quality, so that they because.
And I would agree, because otherwise they just break and you end up spending more money replacing it.
Because there's nothing out there that I can't take a good tool and make it different. I'm not going to commit myself to fixing.
Not fix it, just make it different.
I can totally change it up. Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah, we had a desk, remember, that's now an ashtray? Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. Okay. Yeah. It's very sad.
Yes.
So anyway, I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, well, we're both drunk, ladies and gentlemen, so
Yeah,
don't expect too
I
much
wish.
today. It's,
Let's blame it on the alcohol. It's
Yeah,
not really us being stupid.
we went to Paula Dean's bar mitzvah or something, whatever it was. I don't know. It's this has been a rough weekend for information.
It has. It
Yeah.
has.
So what's now? Okay, we've heard a lot of hoopla about Paula Dean. Now bring us up to speed with this.
We're going to talk about it.
Let's go back to the beginning. Bring us up to speed with what's going on here.
Okay, so basically, from what I understand,
You want to do the news thing again and play the little news theme and do it right this time?
do you want me to?
Yeah, I think you
is
should
that
really set
important
this
to
one
you?
up. This should be
I don't know if-
properly set up.
Did
This
I
is an
have it
actual
anymore?
news story now that we're Kanye West and Kelly, whatever. I don't care about their kid really.
Kelly?
Whatever. I don't know who they are. I've never met these people and don't care to. I'm not really up on the spending more money. Okay. Emotion.
Okay.
Yeah, she did it again.
So, in news today, and yesterday, and the day before, this is old news that I'm reporting today.
I'm going to let you folks in on a little secret. This is entirely unrehearsed. Okay.
We rehearse the insanity.
Next week, it's going to be just like Tom Brokaw's in the room.
It is.
Yes.
So, Paula
Is he still alive?
Dean, I don't know.
I don't think so.
So, Paula Dean is being sued
Okay.
by a former employee
Mm-hmm.
who states that she was saying some racially charged things, which I won't repeat here because I really don't want to. She and her brother own a restaurant called Uncle Bubba's something. And she's
Impressive.
suing her, saying that a few years ago she said some racially charged things. So it's just coming to court, and they had a deposition with her. And the attorney, I guess the plaintiff's attorney, asked her if she had ever used a racial slur. So Paula Dean said yes, she had. And she said it was in connection to the bank robbery that occurred. I think it was back in the 80s, I believe. It was at least 30 years ago. And she was involved in a bank robbery in which a black man put a gun to her head. And in regards to discussing that, she had used a racial slur.
In that highly charged emotion.
Right, emotional time, she had used a racial slur. So, that should have been the end of it, okay? She did not, she said she has not used one since, she doesn't condone it, and she apologized, okay?
End of story.
End of story.
No.
Oh, but it's not the end of the story, though. We have to be talking about this for 6 years now. So, Friday, she issues an apology to her fans on YouTube, stating she was sorry, okay? And then Food Network comes online, and an hour later says they are not renewing her contract. So, the lesson learned here, people, is lie like a rug.
Yeah.
Never tell the truth, because anybody else would have gone in there and lied through their teeth and said they never said it, and they wouldn't be dealing with any of this right now. So Paula Dean told the truth, And now her life is turned upside down.
So the lesson learned is that if you have your own cooking show and you want to stay on the air, don't deal with honkies. Yes, get that contract signed by somebody else. Well, I I understand there's some similar difficulty out there right now.
Yeah, with some of the other chefs now, it's coming to light.
Bobby Flay.
Yes.
Yes. Now there's a big controversy now because he referred to as a saltine as a cracker.
Oh.
Yes,
that's wrong. He should be terminated too.
Yes, yes. He's no longer going to have his show. He's going to be working at Bob's White Boy or White Castle or something like that. I don't know. There was some small degree of controversy one time during one of my stand-up shows.
Really?
Yeah, I was throughout the Midwest, and we never have really gone into any of our history. We just came on the air, boom, we're us. But,
we're us.
I had a comedy touring troupe for about 15 years in the Midwest, and had lots of very talented comics. We'd go and drop a comedy club in places where they didn't normally have that sort of venue, and I had my own stage, backdrop, lighting, sound. I had 3 professional quality cameras. We did a 3-camera shoot, did a live mix, put it on the big screen. It was just like being at a taping of a comedy televised program. Very intriguing, a whole lot of fun.
And then you called somebody a cracker and they kicked you out of the Midwest.
They're going to kick you out of the Midwest. Yeah, because those are premium saltines out there.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, somebody said something about my making a racial comment one time. I said, you have to, you can't, just don't shoot from the hip. You have to understand the difference between racism and stereotyping. And while they were thinking about it, I left.
That was a smart thing to do.
Absolutely. They don't give those comedy jobs to chimps, as David Letterman would say. It's like I said something the other day. Then there were people around, and I was talking, which
usually when you're talking, there's people around. Not always.
Not for long. I said something about Mexicans.
Okay.
And they accused me of being a racist. I said, what you people have to, number one, everybody on the planet, get this straight, okay? Lighten up, okay?
Yeah.
Everything isn't about you or your interpretation of things and your
not
feelings.
Everybody has a negative motivation for saying something.
And so everybody jumps at any word that falls outside of the cracker box and or whatever. And I said, if you're not bright enough to realize that being Mexican is a nationality and not a race, please shut up.
Yeah, really.
And in the conversation. So,
there you go.
Those are some simple pointers from us to you. Thank you very much. At the Doc and Amy Show, we like to educate and enlighten and elucidate from time to time. And you can elucidate with us if you want to call 227-1360. That's the 856 area code. And give us your thoughts on just about anything. And you can also follow, if your radio kicks out in this huge storm, we can always follow us every Sunday on WNJCradio.com. There's a live screaming audio. You can just click one of those icons and boom, there it is. So anyway.
But this is a problem. And
oh, yes.
Paula Dean didn't learn her lesson. Now, she's got reporters following her. Everyone's tracking and watching everything that she's doing. So what does she do this week? And she goes out to karaoke.
Oh, God. Here we go.
And you know what song she sings?
I have no idea.
Ivory and ivory. So she blew it. Completely did not even sing the ebony part. So a lot of people were offended. You know what I mean? Like, she was trying to do the right thing and stay away from controversial topics. But, of course, Michael Jackson wasn't really ebony anymore anyway, so I guess it's kind of appropriate. Didn't he sing that with Paul McCartney? Wasn't that the two of them?
I don't know. Michael Jackson had no... I don't know that he actually... I don't know how to say this without the microphone exploding. He was just very white. He just really was. I mean, and I call and I'm not.
I think he was like a hologram or something. I don't even know if he was like
and
alive.
He was kind of everybody thought he was just acted crazy all the time, but he had all these things done to him, and he ended up being about as white as Jackie Kennedy's butt. And So I just call it.
And that's pretty white.
I just call it post-traumatic stress disorder. So.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
I like
thank
that.
you. Well, I'm
Thank
not
you very
kidding.
much.
The guy was all bleached out and hacked up, and if he stood in front of a stucco wall, he just disappeared.
Disappear?
Yeah,
Yeah, he was.
I mean,
he
the
was really
bodyguards
messed
just
up,
went
so.
crazy. Anyway,
So did you hear about this Taylor Swift thing?
the Taylor Swift thing.
I call
John,
her-
did you hear about the Taylor Swift thing? Have you ever heard of Taylor Swift? There's a thing apparently here.
I think I think most people know who Taylor
She
Swift
did.
is.
She did a thing.
What happened with Taylor about her shirt, wasn't it? Something
Yeah,
about
I
her shirt?
call her Twaler. That's just my little nickname for her. I don't know why. I call her Twaler. But anyway,
because she's from the Twaler Park.
yeah, maybe she's from the Twaler Park.
I don't know.
But apparently Abercrombie and Finch or Fitch?
Fitch, no it.
Fitch.
Yes,
Okay.
it rhymes with Twitch.
Twitch.
Yes.
Okay.
I pulled out of that dive real quick, didn't I, John?
You did. Oh, boy. Apparently, they put out this new T-shirt,
Mm-hmm.
and it has the number sign, and so it says number sign more boyfriends than Taylor Swift.
Actually, that's not a hashtag. Is that a hashtag on there?
Oh, maybe it is a hashtag. I was wondering why they would say that. So it was a hashtag.
See, here I am, decades older than Amy, and I pick up
You're
on all
so
this technology.
cool.
Yes,
You're so cool.
I am relevant.
and I say cool with 2 syllables. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I try to remain relevant. That's my minimum
You
standard.
are so
yes.
relevant.
Yes,
So anyway, so
I'm a white relevant.
oh my gosh. So anyway, people were all up in arms. They were almost
Well,
as
that's how you
upset
put a
about-
T-shirt on.
Yeah, really.
What
They were almost as upset about this as they were about the Paula Deen thing, about her getting fired,
So,
because people were very upset
more
about
boyfriends
that.
than Taylor Swift.
Yeah, so apparently people like called and complained, and so now like somebody called up to try to get the T-shirt. They were telling people to call and complain. So when you call to complain now, it just says that they stopped selling the T-shirts. Like they're no longer available.
No longer available.
To be. I'm guessing like apparently they had like over 1 million of them to sell. I'm guessing Taylor's boyfriends bought them up. I don't know.
Taylor's excellent.
She's had a lot of boyfriends.
Has she really?
She really has.
Now that's the blonde girl.
She's
that looks,
saucy.
She looks like one of those porcelain dolls. She
She
doesn't even
does.
look real.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
That's Twaler.
Okay, that's the one. All right.
Yeah. So,
See, hashtag I knew, but this broad, I have no idea who she is. So,
but this Abercrombie, they're always doing things to get themselves in the news. I think they do it on purpose.
you think?
I mean, they're always doing that to offend people, but yet people still love them. I don't know how do you do that?
What's that one clothing line, American Outfitters or something like that, that have all the ads with people with just one item of their clothing on or something?
American Eagle Outfitters? Is that
no,
what it
no,
is?
I don't think it's American Eagle. I don't know.
Urban Outfitters?
No, it's American something. I don't know. Anyway, their ads are
Eagle
just
Urban?
Naked American outfit, whatever. No, they get in a lot of trouble because their ads are very saucy. Yes.
How about the Gap? I mean, who names
That's the problem in
That's
their ads.
pretty
You
saucy,
can see it.
yeah.
Whatever.
That's just wrong.
It's but it's standard. So I don't know. We're talking about some things at home, and we try to discuss a timely topic here or there, and you had a couple of things that you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, I read a study.
Oh,
For anyone who's
I love it when she reads a study. There's so much information that pours forth from
for
this.
anyone who's pregnant, I just this is like I just want to let everybody know this.
Okay.
Just so
Kim
they
Kardashian,
know
are you listening? I'm sure you are already.
what to drink. Okay, because I know when you're pregnant, you're concerned about your baby. You want your baby to be happy and satisfied while in utero. So apparently, this study says
My mom was a chain smoking drunk, and I came out just fine.
apparently
I came out just fine.
Oh my
You're gonna
gosh, that's just wrong. Somebody throw something at him. Where's a paper clip? I got a paper clip. Ow! We like throwing things at each other. Anyway, this study says that 9 out of 10 fetuses prefer box wine.
Oh, really?
So apparently, fetuses are very thrifty in utero.
Fisher Price Chardonnay, Crayola box wine.
The Easy Bake Crack Oven. Do you bake crack in an oven?
Don't do that when I'm taking a drink.
Oh, sorry.
You don't really. No, it is.
I'm not familiar with crack producing
it's
techniques.
kind of hydrolyzed with ether, as I understand it.
Okay.
That's what creates the awful smell.
Okay, so anybody who's a crack addict, I apologize. That was probably a really bad joke. But if you're not, then...
But if you really
I
want an
could
easy
probably
way to
pull it
make
off.
it, if you take that...
Oh, stop!
the pseudoephedrine from over the counter, that's the big...
Right, now I'm trying to shut you up now.
Well, I know things.
That's really special. I'm so glad you know that. It's really great.
You know how they make LSD?
No.
Yes, that's the... Actually, that is... He's yawning over here again.
I don't
you
know
should
if
get some sleep,
should
bro.
we talk
I'm
about
wide
this?
awake.
Huh?
Should we talk about
It
this?
was in all the papers.
it was?
LSD's been around. Lysergic acid diethylamide is basically comes from a spore that's produced like on rye plants, basically.
Oh.
The raw alpha alkaloid.
It's like, how do people figure this stuff out?
I don't know. Why do I even know this? It's a tidbit that's dancing around in my
rye
head.
plant.
Well, no,
that's just
having
crazy.
spent the time I did in the medical field and, studying
Oh, okay.
bits and pieces
Yeah,
of pharmacology.
That
you
would
get-
good cover up there, homeboy. Nice try.
Well, you've seen the whole shelf full of books.
Oh,
so,
I have. It's
yes.
all front.
It's all what?
It's all front. It's a front.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, I have the. I have a meth lab in the back of my
There
Kia.
you go.
Yeah.
So, I just want to get your opinion on this. This
Well, that doesn't speak very
This
well
might
for
be
you.
kind of scary, but and this isn't necessarily funny, although it could be. This
Gosh, I hope
guy,
so.
this guy Edward Snowden,
Yes, I'm familiar with him. Yes.
who now they're saying committed espionage when he divulged what
Espionage.
espionage.
Okay. Cool.
Shush. He always makes fun of the way I talk. He
Speak.
makes fun of the way I'm talking.
I don't know. You talk funny. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Anyway, go ahead.
So
It's
apparently,
not-
he released some secrets that he shouldn't have.
I know. I saw.
Okay, he went to Hong Kong,
Mm-hmm.
and now this morning he was in Russia. Then he's going to fly to Cuba.
And then you were right. It wasn't Venezuela.
Ecuador he's going to go
I
to.
saw a report that said Venezuela, and I don't know. They got lost in the whole global travel.
Yeah, so he he sold some secrets.
I don't think he sold them.
No, he did not.
He
He
leaked
disclosed
them,
them. I'm
yes.
sorry, I shouldn't have said that
Yeah,
because
selling them will get you in big trouble.
yeah, that's
The
that.
the government wants their cut.
Disclosing secrets that the U.S. was hacking into Chinese
Well, as you saw,
Ethernet, internet hubs and
Yeah,
cell phone data is no
I
big deal.
showed you- I
As long as
showed-
you don't sell it.
I showed you the document, the first one in question, and it was pretty damning of the government and in
Yeah, it's pretty scary.
yes, and their involvement with Verizon to get all the goods on everybody, and they're now it's snowballed into the British tapping the fiber optic international underwater cables and our hacking on the Chinese and two of their universities.
And this is not at all funny. I don't know why I brought it up. It's just alarming to me. And it doesn't seem what's odd, not necessarily funny, is that the top news stories were the NFL player in Massachusetts whose home is getting searched
for what I'm not
because they're saying there was a murder that he might be connected to. The Paul Dean story,
wow,
the
I missed that
Twailer
one.
story,
Mhm.
and the Snowden story's big, but the reasons behind why he disclosed this and what he disclosed is not in the news. It's not big. It's just
here's-
big that he's running.
Here is, I'm going to tell you exactly why.
Why?
And how that you can for yourself determine what's going to be the top news story.
Okay.
Given any particular circumstance, this topic, the unfolding story requires thought.
Yes.
That is the number one dead stopper for
It
the
is.
news. If you have to apply any kind of intellectual property to this, not property, but effort, to interpreting a news story, they're going to bump it to page 2.
So on a list of things to splurge on, it would be thought-provoking news stories or
So yeah, and
10 things to do with your free time.
And the
That
people
would not
the
make
people that are going to
list.
dive on that list are going to go out and they're going to have their brand spanking new misspelled tattoos for everyone to see.
Probably. Yeah, it's It's a little bit scary.
So, well, just the media itself, with all of the PC nonsense and everybody jumping on everything everybody says and all of the knee-jerk stuff that's going on, it's crazy.
It's not funny.
No. Well, you look at children's programming, and it is, I think it's growing up a little too fast, if you know what I'm saying. I mean, it's, you've got, crazy things on there that, that just really aren't appropriate for kids, and they're trying to make everything so timely. I mean, Sesame Street now has Snooky Monster.
Snooky Monster!
Yeah. Phineas and Herb. Everybody likes those guys. Of course, they have a prescription. I was going to use Masturbation Station. I think I'll leave that one.
Snooky Monster.
Yes. And
oh, my God.
You can't forget, By Carly.
By Carly.
I think,
that's so messed up.
I know, everything. But by the same token, everything, people are living longer. So we've got, programming aimed at old people that really skeeves you out.
Yeah.
It's, ask if good times are right for you. You know what I'm saying? You get these old retired people out there holding hands and, sharing the bathtub and all that kind of stuff.
Sharing the bathtub.
That is just wrong.
Oh.
What's going to be next? They're going to, revamp everything we know about romance, and you're going to have the Grandma Sutra or something like that. Come on.
God.
It's just
excuse me while I vomit.
See, this makes my point. What we're going to do, I'd like to kind of give a little bit of airtime to one of our friends of the show, Carla Ulbrich. And do you have that queued up, Don?
We do.
All right. Let me briefly say that Carla was here. She is a survivor in every sense of the word. She's gone through some very trying times with the medical community, and she has a CD out called Sick Humor, The Lighter Side of the Illness, and she's got plenty of stuff you can look at on the YouTube.
The YouTube. What are you, like 85 years old? On the YouTube over there.
Do you get the YouTube? No, I was going somewhere else. But anyway, Carla Ulbrich, and that's Ulbrich. The particular album that we are going to play this cut from is called Sick Humor. We are going to play a piece that she did here for us live, and it's called What If Your Butt Was Gone? Okay,
we're playing it.
This is a song about one of the tests I had to do every month. My kidney function has been low. Some days I just don't have to go. The doctors have these tests they run, and there's one test that's lots of fun. Ha ha ha, hee hee hee, little brown jug, how I love thee. 24 hours collecting my pee in a little brown jug, how I love thee. I tried to do as I was told. They said I had to keep it cold in the fridge. I didn't think a friend would come and take a drink. Oh my God, she didn't see that the little brown jug was full of pee. What do I say? Say la vie, little brown jug, how I love thee. This is another one I wrote from the sick bed. I went on this macrobiotic diet as part of my recovery, and it was like no wheat, no cheese, no dairy at all, no sugar, no chocolate, no reason to live. So I lost a lot of weight, partly because of the illness and partly because I was on this diet. And I actually lost a little bit too much weight at one point. And so here's a little song about that. This is a parody of one of my own songs. I was just wondering, hypothetically, what would you do? Theoretically, if something should happen accidentally, or medically, what if your butt was gone? If sitting in a wooden chair felt like tax and you found you had nothing to hold up your slacks because instead of a butt now you just had a crack, well, something would have to be done. Would you write Dear Abby for advice in a letter? Put a cushion in your chair to make it feel better. Try to fatten up with brie and cheddar. What if your butt was gone? If your butt disappeared without a trace and everyone looked all over the place, why do you have that look on your face? Hey, it could happen to you. If that booty, patootie, that sweet derriere were now inexplicably no longer there, how soon would you miss it? How much would you care? What do you think you would do? Would you call me up? Would you fall to pieces? Would you make it the topic of your doctoral thesis? Trying to go out and find a prosthesis. What if your butt was gone? A butt, as you know, could be curvy or flat, dimpled or pimpled, skinny or fat, just like an opinion. Everyone's got one, but what if your butt was suddenly not one? If something should happen, hypothetically, what would you do? Theoretically, if something should happen accidentally or medically, what if your butt was gone? Would you call me up? Would you start confiding how you tried to make it grow with fluorescent lighting? How you had to give up horseback riding? What if your butt was gone? Would you realize there's a good selection? Shopping for clothes in the children's section. Go to your closet and make a commotion. Take all your pants and throw them in the ocean. Does your butt hang low? Does it wobble to and fro? Can you tie it in a knot? Can you tie it in a bow? Can you sling it over your shoulder like a continental soldier? What if your butt was gone?
Alrighty then. That and remains What If Your Butt Was Gone by our friend Carla Ulbrich. A little bit of a glitch there in the beginning. You got a bonus cut for being listeners to the show today, and that was Little Brown Jug at the beginning. So we just picked random
Next week we'll
tracks.
play Big Brown Jug. Or Big Brown Jugs or something. I don't know. Whatever.
Yes, but we have to be very careful when we have them on the show and refer to them appropriately. We don't want Paula Dean's problems.
Oh, yeah, that would be bad.
Now I'm totally distracted. I'm thinking about looking across the table at Big Brown Jugs, and you've got me completely. Anyway,
Thank you. That's very sweet.
I don't. You said it. You set me up to fall right down. No, I did, and we thank Carla for supplying us with that. We from time to time feature some musical selections from friends of our show who have been on and regaled us with their talent, and we will be doing that again from time to time.
And we met someone really cool.
You were reading my mind. I was just.
Was I? We do that all the time. It's kind of scary.
My next sentence was going to be.
Well, you go ahead then, babe. You go ahead.
Okay.
I don't want to.
Now that I've distracted you, please go ahead. Be spontaneous. We were out, having a little libation the other day, and we ran into a gentleman. And I'm going to kind of give a brief overview of this because we want to get him on the show as a guest. He's delightful to talk to. His name is Vic. He is a gentleman from the area who has been awarded the Congressional Gold Medal. I was getting there. Will you just take a break? And he was, he's a Marine. You don't say ex-Marine, so don't ever make that mistake.
Okay.
He's a Marine. He is 88. Is that correct? I believe it's 88.
He is 88.
And he was going to be on today, but he's working. So
he is, yeah. 12 hours today.
There you go. But a delightful gentleman. He sang for us.
He did.
He gave us.
He told us a joke.
He did. Are you going to eventually tell this story for me, or are you?
No, I'm just trying to chime in.
Okay. I'll point at you for your chime.
Okay.
No, I'm
alrighty.
But he was delightful. You could not help but be mesmerized by that deep baritone voice of his, and he told us stories about not only some of his time in the Marines, but also about the ceremony at which he was awarded the Congressional Gold Medal. A very interesting man. We hope to have him on very soon, hopefully next week. We also have some other friends of the show who we will have back from time to time. We have had Todd Chappelle on, and we do cuts from his album Moderately Funny Songs and other albums that he has been so kind as to supply us, and that is always a treat. We have Kurt Zimmerman, who stops by from time to time. We're going to stop it. Belinda was with us.
Yes.
And we hope to have her back. She's doing she actually just released a music video, so we're going to be talking about that with her hopefully very soon. I
turned my head and my nose hit the microphone. I'm not really smart. I wonder if anyone has ever done that before.
I'm sure they have, but I'm sure that they did not mention it on live radio. So while the person to my right here with the degree in international finance beats her nose on the microphone like a woodpecker, I'm going to try to finish some sort of story here. No, we want to let you know that we are doing some. We're going to grow with the show a little bit, and we're there. You go, grow with the show. Send the winner to dinner.
Wow.
I'm a machine.
You amaze me.
Yes, I'm an animal for this stuff. We are going to be talking to folks, and you still have time to talk to us as well if you want to call 856-227-1360. I'm sure today you will probably be voicing a complaint, but that's okay. And in the future, we'll
I'm
be
just
talking
glad
about-
you're just so positive.
No, I'm experienced. I know when the other shoe's about to drop. But we will have lots of things to share with you, lots of guests to enjoy, and so forth. So please stay tuned for that. We are going to do another caption contest, and we'll have all kinds of things in the work. So we do prevail upon you to, or want to prevail upon you to, give us a call from time to time and just check in with us. Let us know how things are going in your neck of the woods. And people, when they contact each other, there are several means to do that. The telephone, speaking, verbal thing, which I prefer. But then you have all these Twittery things, and you've got text messages.
Twittery things.
And whatever that is. And you've got the SMS and the SOS and the whatever, the PMS, and all these things that people are doing to each other.
PMS.
And actually, I gave Amy a communication that I saw.
This is really funny.
Yes.
Normally, I don't like to read things on air that I see online, but this is actually really funny.
So, in finishing my sentence, she's so enthusiastic,
He's gonna
John.
get
I just
beat.
I can't get in there anywhere.
He's going to get hit.
What this is a collection of texts between individuals, and they forgot to turn that pesky autocorrect off, or the spell check, or whatever, the autocorrect, the anticipatory function of the phone that tries to supply words for you that you don't want to have supplied. So we have those. We have some, and I don't know if you can make this work on the radio, but if you wanted them, so take it away. Sweetheart.
Okay. So, this is the first person. Hart McDonald's. They use anal fat in their fries. What? Yup. Anal or animal? Oh my God, I totally meant animal. So the autocorrect wrote anal instead of animal fat.
And, oddly enough, as it turns out, it was correct.
Yeah.
Yes. So, because I have gone by and just the aroma wafting out of the establishment, that is correct.
Yeah.
Yes, that autocorrect was correct.
It was actually
Yes,
accurate.
it was automatically correct.
Yeah, so here's people, they're just trying to be, exchanging pleasantries back and forth on text. And like, thank you. You're welcome. You're so sweet. Thank you, cutie. Sure, welcome.
Speak. You have to.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sure, welcome. Did you mean to say welcome or... And we know what they said.
Yes. Something to do with whales. Yes.
This is the one, and I'm not going to read anymore, but this was really funny. So it sounds like a brother, like two sisters were texting back and forth. Mm-hmm. So she texts, she says, going to be a bit late as nailing her sister. Please let her know for me. Talking about her mom. You sure? Yeah, why not? Just tell her, please. Mom's crying. She said you're being kicked out. WTF. I can't say what that means.
Oh, who knows?
Oh my God, I just read the text I sent. I meant mailing. Thanks a lot, you blanking idiot. I'm ringing home right now. So instead of saying mailing, emailing her sister, she said nailing her sister. Dude, like...
Yes, that carpentry will get you in trouble. Just ask Jesus. Yeah, that would see that, and that's the first
Dude,
thing
you
I disabled.
gotta read what you text.
Well, it's easy to disable.
I
that.
disabled mine too because it gets ugly.
If you can't supply your own spelling, then put the phone. Just call.
Well,
Make
it
it
drives
verbal.
me nuts because it always autocorrects to a word that I don't want.
As you go, and then it's supply, and then you have to go back and get rid of that and put the word in that you really wanted in the first place.
Well, the best is the autocorrect where it adds like a .com on the end. I'll be like, hey, what's up, .com? Like, oh, just went to the supermarket.com. Yeah, this Slurpee was delicious.com. Like, everything adds .com on the end. It's so annoying. Drives me insane.
Well,
You're sexy.com. Like, remember that text I sent you?
That's my website. Yes.
Sexy.com.
Yes.
Is
that
it?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's my whole other life. That's
Yeah, now your secret has
lots
been...
of garters and fishnets.
Yeah, okay. Your secret is out.
Yes.
I just thought that was
funny. That's
funny.
mysecret.com, which is my other website.
Okay. There we go.
No, that is not true because that's probably out there and it's an active website and I'm going to,
Get yourself in trouble.
totally get barraged with all kinds of things.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I don't know. Or garaged. I don't know.
Whatever.
.com. So anyway, what we like to do is let you know that we are here every Sunday, and we will be doing some contests. We'll be doing some caption contests and things like that. Maybe some more trivia contests, and we would like you to join in. And you can meet us at www.thedocandamyshow.com. You can always call us at 227-1360. You can listen to us live and streaming and all of that on WNJCradio.com. They have a button for that. We're going to do something different right now. We're going to leave you with a little bit of a theme song. And now this is something that's one of my favorites. This is something that I've
He
always
hears
enjoyed.
often.
I hear it in my sleep because there are children at our house. And there's a we at our house. And
It's what nightmares are made of.
there are children glued to the we at our house, almost in a physical sense. And so
They are not.
But no, today I was saying that I was trying to eat my breakfast, and all I could hear was these arcade noises.
Well, to defend him, my youngest son, his birthday is New Year's Eve. So we always wait because it's right after Christmas. I give him his birthday gift around the summertime. So that way he doesn't have to go a whole year without getting any new gifts. So like a week ago, he picked out his birthday gift and he had a Mario Kart game, which he absolutely loved, but it was like 5 years old and ended up getting scratched. It was the only game that they scratched up. They've taken good care of everything else. So
the movies, the movies that they have.
well, that was when they were little.
They look
Anyway,
like they've been
that's
using
a whole
them for coasters.
Hello, that's a different story.
Uh-huh.
Anyway,
yeah, for next week.
Anyway, so he just got the Mario Kart game and he's been dying to play it because it's been scratched and he's been really wanting to play it. So he did play it for a while today. I will say he did.
And you know what? It was also in his defense. It is the one game where he doesn't crank up the volume. It was very subtle.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Yes,
he didn't blare it.
I walked in from outside and I didn't have my glasses on. So and those of you who don't know me very well, I'm Mr. Magoo. If I don't have my glasses on, I'm like 2200, and I could walk into a post at any minute. At any rate, I walk in. The race course is laid out on the lower right hand corner of the screen. And this oddly shaped race course was on there, and the little car was going around. But all I could see was what looked like a foot at the lower right-hand corner of the screen. I'm like, what's with the foot? He said, what are you talking about? So I interrupted his game because, I'm myopic.
Oh, my gosh.
So anyway, we are going to play.
In honor of my youngest son.
Our youngest son tribute right here, we would like to regale you with, and for your enjoyment and displeasure, the Mario theme. We would like to thank you for being with us, and we will see you again next week.